Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. It's Mechelle and Monte. We are talking today about music. Mechelle will be taking us on a musical journey. She's surprising me with songs that she's going to play and talk about what they mean to her. And I haven't seen the list of songs, so I'm going to be reacting to this live on camera if you're watching somewhere that has video, or I'll try to react verbally as well. And I'm really excited to hear what she's planning to share. And also, before we get to that, I want to do a little bit of housekeeping. First off, we are starting to wind down our season. We're going to do a couple musical episodes. Michelle's going to do hers, then I'm going to do mine. And then we have one more
like a recap,
final recap that we're going to be doing, and we'll end with 20 episodes for this season. So I'm looking forward a little bit to the break, and hope you are too for the summer. While we're in the summer, though, we don't want to go completely dark. We want to meet some of you. And so we are hosting an online open house. We've tentatively planned it for Sunday, July 19th at 4 p.m. And more info will come on social media. Follow at Mechelle Winkle if you want to know more. And we're really trying to get Jackie there so you can ask her some questions. I hope that works out.
Yep.
Please join us. We'd love to meet you. It's free. It's just something to do.
Right. And we're not exactly sure when will we be back with season 2, but we already have some ideas about what that will entail, and we're excited about it, I think.
Absolutely excited about it, and hope you are too.
Yeah.
Ooh, let's jump in. I'm excited. Come on.
Okay, so I think you might have brought up, I don't know, about that we should do some music. I don't know, maybe it was me. I don't know. Do you remember? Anyway, yeah. What was it?
Yeah, for me, music is really meaningful. For me, I get a song stuck in my head, and that is kind of, when I look up the lyrics, I may not know the lyrics at the time, but when I look up the lyrics, it kind of indicates what emotion I'm feeling at the time. So I'll look up the lyrics, I'll put it in a song meanings. What does this mean? And oftentimes there's a lot deeper meaning than I'm consciously aware of to the music. So that's, for me, that's what I'm going to talk more about that probably in my episode.
And it's like almost spooky. It's almost spooky.
Yes.
I can't wait to share some of the stories of the spooky stories. I'll save it for your episode, but it's wild. And so for me, music's always been a way. So you'll get a song stuck in your head and then figure out the meaning, and I'll feel a song or it just has meaning. So these songs are meaningful, and there's a playlist that we'll create on Rupture Ever After YouTube channel, and maybe one in Spotify. I don't know. We'll see. We'll put links in the show notes to these song lists so that you can follow along. Hopefully, maybe you'll want to pause and listen to the song that I talk about. Maybe it'll bring up some memories for you. But these are songs from, it just tells the story and of our relationship in a way. Now, I think I could make another playlist and another. This one's, it doesn't have every song, but I put together a list of, came together as 17 songs. We're not going to listen to all of them on this episode, but we're going to play a little bit of clips of some of them. And what was really interesting, I've been listening to this playlist on our bike rides and thinking about what I want to say. So I made all the lists, and then it's been interesting on our bike rides and thinking about when I counted them up in 17. So 17 in numerology breaks down to 8, which is infinity. That's an infinity sign on its side. It's also the symbol for feminine energy. And so that felt like meaningful to me, just that it turned out that way. That's just how I am. I'm very symbolic. I like the symbolism of things, and that just was kind of interesting to me, the way that turned out. This playlist is divided into 3 sections. We've got the dating and falling in love, and then there's a whole chunk of and then the rupture. So there's plenty of songs I could have added about 2001 or 2003, whatever. But because for this purpose, it's going to skip over to our rupture. And then the final section is lessons in healing. And so, like I say, these songs were really meaningful to me. And it was really easy when we talked about doing this episode. I mean, I think I came up with the list in minutes. I was like, oh yeah, da, 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 da. This is what I needed. So it was really, really good. So we're going to start off with our dating and falling in love. Okay, so here we go, honey. Ready for number one? Song number one. Here we go. Do you remember that? Does that bring back your memories at all?
It does, because I know that you have this CD, and it is full of great music.
Well, it only has 4 songs. This whole CD just had 4 songs.
Yeah, 4 songs, and they're all fantastic. It's
ABBA.
Erasure.
Erasure. Yep. Erasure, ABBA, ABBA-esque.
Really good.
And I had this CD, and we lived about a half hour apart. So you would call me on the landline and say, hey, I'm going to come down.
Long distance.
Yeah, we had to pay long distance. That's when you know my parents loved you, when they never ever once mentioned the long distance.
Never did. Yep.
But yeah, so I'd turn on that music and listen to that while I was waiting for you to show up at my house. And yeah, and so always that song just reminds me of that time, and I can feel the tickles in my tummy as I'm like anticipating you coming and hanging out with me and getting to see you and getting to smell you. You worked like in the mink factory when we first met. It was like winter time, and
That's right.
It was the worst smell, but it's very nostalgic to me. It's very nostalgic. And so I feel like I get that smell when I listen to that song.
Oh, that's funny.
It's funny. It's funny. I have so many things I could
Hilarious.
say about that. And so that's the first song that I think of a little bit, that album, when we were just first dating, those first few weeks and months, when I think about our relationship. And Erasure is
those
just
are
like
fun times.
the typical early 90s, late 80s, band. So it was awesome. All right, second song. I'm not going to play it, but it's the I Can Show You the World from Aladdin. So this was significant.
Oh, yeah.
A few weeks after we dated, our first date. Now, we'd known each other for a few months, but a few weeks after our first date, we went to that movie for a date. And I remember coming home and I was going to go in the house, and you're like, wait, I got to come here for a minute, and we kind of sat against your truck, and you kind of got up the nerve. You said, I want to tell you something. And I said, okay. And you told me that you loved me. And
I think I did. I loved you.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. I loved you too. I mean, it was that connection right away. And I think it was a few months later, you had to run in, maybe it was even a year later, and you had to run into Hastings. Remember Hastings? For something. And when
the CD and VHS store.
Video store, yeah. And I think I waited in the car for some reason. And you came out and you had bought that album. And it was just sweet. We might have even been married. I don't know how much time went by, because we dated for a couple years, but it was...
I'm patting myself on the back. Good job, Monte. That was romantic.
It was very romantic. Okay, here comes another song I'm going to play for you. This was during our dating time. And here we go.
It's a little bittersweet. Yeah. Because the Judds did not have an easy life.
Yeah.
But super talented.
Yep.
And wonderful performers.
For some reason, this CD was something I played when we were still dating. And I mean, I have memories of driving up to your house, listening to this song and the CD, and this song just felt like it was talking to us. And there's the part in there, well, from that day on, you couldn't keep them apart. They were side by side and heart to heart. And Mama cried as Billy slipped the ring on her hand. And when the baby was born, she cried again. he worked real hard and put some money down on a little old house at the edge of town. And that night, as he held her, he couldn't believe that God had made a girl that he'd never ever leave. Oh, it makes me cry. But the thing that was significant was that part I played for you, because I think, I mean, that's the thing, is this song and this song and the next song really played, like, there was this part that said, you know, they're going to make it through the hard times. Like, that was something that was real for me, just as we were dating and maybe even engaged, that I really understood that there was a journey that we were going to go on, and that was going to be our lives, you know, that it was going to be a real story. It wasn't just going to be a fairy tale. I didn't ever have that you know, which I maybe before social media came along, that's how it was for most of us, you know, maybe that's changed, but I was really interested in the marriage, not just the wedding. And that felt deep to me when I would listen to that song. We're going to make it through the hard times. It was special to me.
Yeah. That's
All
sweet.
Right. All right, on to the next. So this song is called The Color of My Love, and it was on a CD by Celine Dion. Celine Dion's going to show up a few times on this on this playlist, because I really like her, for one, and her songs just have spoken to me over the years. Now, this song was never really on the radio, but it was the name of one of her albums, and I loved this song. I loved the song. The idea of the song is a woman, you know, drawing her life and relationship and her love. And it was so special to me. This was on our wedding video. Like, I made this be on our wedding video, this song, because it was so meaningful to me. And it's interesting because I didn't ever catch it for all these years, but as I was making this list, the first line says, "I'll paint my moods in shades of blue, paint my soul to be with you." Now, when I listened to that, I thought, that's kind of funny, because, like, if your mood is blue, like, that's not really positive. So I thought about that. I'm like, what could that mean? You know, why was that? You know, what is a different meaning? Usually blue is depressed and things like that, right? If I'm feeling blue. But in the energy world, the blue is your voice. And so I thought that really is calling in. That's what the song really is. It's really about drawing or creating this man that I was going to marry, you know, calling him into being, speaking him into my life almost. And I just remember I was in 5th grade, and in 5th grade we started going together, and there was a boy named Chad that I thought was really cute. And everybody just traded around going together. But I felt like I was always kind of like last choice or whatever. I don't know. But finally, I got this Chad to, like, we were going to go together. And we had our first boy-girl party at my house. My mom, I was the youngest, so, you know, she let us do it. And so they came over, and everybody was going to kind of have their paired off things. You know, we're like 11 years old. And so I was so excited. And then we're outside playing tag. Yeah, we're going to play kissing tag.
Oh, what?
I know, right? And I mean, I'm just thrilled. I'm excited because, like, we're going to play. I mean, I think we kissed on the arm.
Oh, yeah.
We like kissed on the arms. But, and I don't even remember kissing. I don't know. Anyway, but that was the idea. Like, I don't know. It was unexciting.
It sounds great for 11-year-olds.
Yeah, it was. But as we were playing and hiding, Chad says to me, "I think I'm going to ask Heather out."
What?
Which was like, stab in the heart, right? Like,
yeah.
I know, right? And
Come
so,
on, Chad, you missed out, buddy. Because let me tell you, about this, Mechelle.
You're so sweet. So we go into the house, and like the party kind of, I mean, I'm like, you know me, I was like done. You know, I was like sad and mad. And so we go in the house, and then I don't know what happened, but I was like, okay, we got to take everybody home. My mom had to take everybody home. And I was upset. My mom could tell I was kind of upset. So we drop everybody off and we go for a ride. And I know right where we were on Main Street, um, crying, crying in the car. And she's like helping me feel better, And I just remember
Mm.
telling her, I said, as much as I'm crying right now, I know that there's someone special for me. And it felt real. Like it was not just wishful thinking. It was like, here I was so sad and I was crying. And then it was like this, like a download came. It was like, this isn't the end for me. You know what I mean? I know
Mm.
that someone special is there for me. And so this song spoke to me because because that's kind of what I felt like I kind of did in that moment as I was like, I know that I'm going to marry someone that other people are going to say, you're really lucky to have him. I knew I would be
Oh,
lucky. And I felt that way when we were first married, and I definitely feel that way now. Um, that's the case. Some of the lyrics are, I'll paint a sun to warm your heart, swearing that we'll never part. That's the color of my love. And so it's just, this is how I love you, and it's beautiful. So I want to play just a little bit, a little small part of that song.
I love that because you would sing it out, and the feeling. I don't think at the time I realized that there was so much emotion behind it,
Yeah.
but you would always sing it, and you were singing your heart out really
Hmm.
with it, and it's
Mm.
really touching to hear.
Yeah, the
Thanks for
the
sharing
the
that one.
part that I'll draw the years passing by, so much to learn, so much to try. That felt so
Mm.
like it real for me at the beginning of our marriage. Here it was on our wedding video because I really felt like that was the journey we were going to. There was so much to learn and so much to try. And that along with that young love, we're going to make it. It was like, we're going out on an adventure. I mean, this is a journey. And that's what it really felt like. It felt like we were coming together and we're maneuvering through this life together. I didn't try and have that attitude, but looking back, I'm really grateful that that's what showed up because I feel like it could have been so easy to, I just feel like, shoo, like
Right,
I,
right.
I had that, I kind of had that attitude. I had that attitude. So those were some songs with our falling in love and getting married, before we get married and dating. And then of course there was lots of songs I could have done throughout, growing and building and having babies and all that came with that. And it was, and again, we might do it again, and maybe I'll do something else. But because we're doing this rupture ever after, I wanted to skip forward into the rupture. Now, this isn't. Don't worry, money. This isn't gonna. But the little rupture actually has three little sections in it. There was very vivid songs that spoke to me at that time about Monte's hurt, and then
Mm.
there were songs that really spoke to me about my hurt. I'm excited to kind of walk through this with you because I don't know if you I talked to you about these, and I played some of them for you, but I don't know if you could take that in
If I could
necessarily,
feel them.
if you could feel
Mm.
them. And
Mm.
so the first song, and it's songs actually because it's a mashup, is
Oh.
Green Day's Holiday and Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Those two
Mm.
mashed up. So this is a very vivid memory. I think that we were listening to the song. Things you had started to change a little bit. We lived about 45 minutes away from IKEA, and we were going to IKEA for I don't know what reason. But back then, we had all the kids packed into the expedition. We're driving down to IKEA for whatever reason. And I remember the freeway was shut down or something. I was trying to think of whether GPS made us. Do we have a GPS at that time? I don't know. But somehow we had to go off the freeway and go kind of a back way. I don't know why we didn't say never mind because it took us like but I was this so the Green Day was playing, these songs were playing, and I remember just staring at you driving and seeing just a totally different person, and it wasn't bad. It was it was you were waking up a little bit, you were asserting yourself a little bit, you know, this song, I'm not gonna play, some of this song, but it's a little bit of a rebellious song, and you felt, to me, like you were empowered a little bit, and I remember on this drive, feeling like I'm a little scared, but there's a part of me that says, "This is something's good here," you know? And I don't know if we listened to the mashup version, but when I found this version, I was like, it's perfect that these two songs are matched together because they're so one half of the song is outrage and the other half of the song is loneliness. And at the very beginning of the song, the lyrics go, hear the sound of the fallen rain coming down like Armageddon flame. The shame, the ones who died without a name. Hear the dogs howling out of key to a hymn called Faith and Misery. Hey. And to me, I mean, it's a rock song, and it's kind of a rage song a little bit, a rebellion song, and it's kind of an angry, and that was the feeling I had, like, this was angry music, but somehow it was enticing to me, or it was kind of like, this might be better than where we were before, as much as it kinda scares me. And at the same
Mm.
time, the second half of the song, I walk a lonely road, the only one I've ever known. Don't know where it goes, but it's home to me. I walk alone. I walk this empty street of boulevard of broken dreams. And I felt like those 2 songs together were very much an anthem of a little bit of that time when you were angry but lonely, and I felt it for you. I felt it for you.
Uh, I think you pointed it out at the time. I'm surprised you remembered this, but it does resonate with me. At the time, you said, hey, this fits.
Mhm.
And I also, another reaction I have to that one is if you think you're married to the same person at 20 years in that you married initially, what a boring marriage.
Right.
We, each of us grow and change and become different people.
Yeah.
And that's really sustained through commitment and shared experience. So I'm proud of myself for providing you with some drama and entertainment.
You
And
did.
also, thanks for putting up with that.
Yeah.
That was
Well,
not easy.
yeah, well, it was, I mean, and that's the thing is it was very much the complexity of the situation. It was like,
I love how you described it.
yeah, this
Yeah.
is this is that. So, okay, our next song, I'm gonna play a clip. I wish I could play this whole song. I'm pretty sure I played this for you and was trying to say, "Money, this song is you." And I'm gonna play it first and then talk a little bit about the lyrics. So, we were able to go to this concert during this time, and I remember pushing you kinda to the front of the stage during this song because I really wanted you to hear it. I think I interpret this song a little differently than maybe the next person would, but here's how I interpret this song. The first line, "I can't stand to fly. I'm not that naive. I'm just out to find a better part of me." But I can't stand to fly. To me, in this song, it's a very soulful story about, to me, a Superman, right? When he says, "I can't stand to fly," I think that part of him is saying, like, I know I can't be my own person and be Superman. You know, flying, you're not standing up. But I also feel like it also says, I can't stand flying. I can't stand being the superhero anymore. And I felt like that was so much of what you were hitting up against. I'm more than a bird. I'm more than a plane. I'm more than some pretty face beside a train. It's not that easy being me. I wish I could cry, fall upon my knees, find a way to lie about a home I'll never see. It may sound absurd, but don't be naive. Even heroes have the right to bleed. I may be disturbed, but won't you concede even heroes have the right to dream? And it's not easy being me. It goes on, and this part says, he goes on to say some things, and he says, but it's all right. You can all sleep sound tonight. I'm not crazy or anything. I can't stand to fly. I'm not that naive. Men weren't meant to ride with clouds between their knees. I'm only a man in a silly red sheet, digging for kryptonite on his one-way street. So, like, literally, looking for things that are going to hurt. These are going to be difficult for me, but I'm sick of being the Superman. I'm sick of being the person that has all the answers and that leads and always knows. I'm only a man in a funny red sheet, looking for special things inside of me. I'm only a man looking for a dream. And it's not easy being me. To this day, I get chills listening to that song because I saw that in you. I saw you saying, I can't be the hero. I can't be the one that does it right every time. I can't be on this pedestal anymore. It's too much. And I recognized, because in this song, you feel you can't help but feel sympathetic for this superhero who wants to say, I'm literally a guy in a funny red sheet. I'm just a normal guy. I'm just trying to be a normal guy. And that was really an anthem for me at that time. And when that would come on, I could see things from your perspective a little better.
I think you tried to describe it for me at the time too, because it really resonated with you.
Yeah.
And for me, I thought it was good, but I didn't feel the full extent of what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
Which you're saying it with music. How could I not, right? But I think I was just really shut down at the time. Because that was part of the hard times.
Right.
For sure.
Yep, it was.
And I think it's amazing that you kind of knew what I was going through at such a deep level, that you felt it so much. And I didn't really appreciate that about you. I more was on guard and worried that you were trying to control or influence me or tell me to be a certain way or do a certain thing.
Yeah, I knew.
And so it kind of whooshed my head, right?
Yeah.
I just went over my head and I missed it. But wow, I'm kind of a little shocked at how deeply you feel this song and the other songs too.
Yeah. I felt like playing you this song was like, maybe you could hear it from the song. Like I was trying, because I couldn't hear it. I couldn't say it. So maybe this song could share that message.
And did it?
I don't think so. You were like,
did it really get through?
You were like, thanks, honey. Yep. But I was like, no, that. Like I get what
Pat
you're
you on
like.
The head.
Yeah. And you don't, maybe it's not as meaningful to you, but to me, I was like, I understand. Like I thought I could see what that would be like. You're supposed to be the leader of our home. You're supposed to make the final decisions. You're supposed to do all this. And it's like, I don't want to. And it was like, I thought, I wouldn't want to either.
Well, it makes sense because at the time I didn't feel, some part of me on a certain level felt the songs.
Yeah.
But I didn't know the meanings behind them at a deeper level. I can't even say that I heard a song together meaning so much. It's almost like reading poetry that you don't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, you read it, you get the words, you can tell there's something there, but you're not quite sure what it is. And so you act like you understand because you understand as much as you ever have and go on. But there is definitely a whole nother level happening underneath.
Right. And that's my language. Sure that's my language.
Part of that message got through.
Yeah, I'm sure.
To some part of me.
Yeah.
To some part of me. I like that song.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've listened to it. I'm glad you brought it up.
Me
I'm going
too.
to listen to it again.
We got to listen to it
Yeah.
again. I know. I've been listening to this playlist, like I say, over and over again, and it's like that was special. You know, that said words deep inside me.
Yep.
It did. Okay, so the next little section is what I call hope, because this is in the middle of the rupture, but there were these moments that came through associated with music that brought a lot of hope. And the first one, oh shoot, I forgot it upstairs. I need to share it. In fact, maybe you could go get it.
Okay.
It's on our dresser. It's the little frame on our dresser.
Okay. Are you talking about this one? This little one?
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to make sure to put a picture on social media with it. So I framed it. So there was these pockets of time where there was hope. And one of them was, you sent me roses on Valentine's Day, like 24 roses. And this was the card that was on there. Can you read it?
It's a little hard to read.
It's faded.
It's faded.
It's faded a lot.
It's been a long time, and it was what they call this kind of inkjet printer.
Yeah.
Okay, I can read it. I love you so much. You are my worried. You are my world. Let me start that
Freudian
over.
slip.
Edit.
No, that's funny.
I love you so much. You are my world. No worries, hope. No war, love. No danger, safe haven. No volatility, stability. XOXXXOOO Monte.
Yep. I don't know what mood you were in when you wrote that, but I was like, that's exactly what it kept me going. That was exactly, it was like those things, this, not this, but this. And I knew you were in there. So of course I framed that and I keep it on our little dresser and I look at it all the time. And I looked at it all the time when things were hard. And it was my anchor of hope that you were there. And that was, I don't know why. Hope maybe it was wishful thinking. I don't know, but it was meaningful to me. I don't know that was before ChatGPT could help, or Claude could help you write something. I don't know what helped you write that, but that was a string of hope. And then we were in our bathroom in our old house, and you said, "Hey, I want to play you a song." And so that's our next song, and it was the song "Home" by Philip Phillips. And it was, hold on to me as we go, as we roll down this unfamiliar road. Although this wave is stringing us along, just know that you're not alone, because I'm going to make this place your home. And now that song's used all the time, but that was the first time I'd ever heard that song. And I felt like you were telling me, hang in there, it's going to be okay. And it was a moment of hope again, where I was like, okay, we're coming up for air and we can keep going a little bit. And I have to give you credit on that part, because I think sometimes in our story it looks like I was patient with you and accepting of you and things like that, but it wasn't always that. We would come up for air and you would do something like this and helped me feel like, okay, that's the money I know. Like that's the money I know. And
that had to be terrifying, because wouldn't you just want to hang on to those little nuggets, like those little crumbs, and I could string you along for years while I abuse you? I mean, really.
Maybe, but I didn't take it that way, because the next couple songs will help clarify that.
Okay.
But funny thing is this song, Home, it comes on, like it came on in the Super Bowl, and every time I hear it, it's like it's not traumatizing, but it's like I remember just the feeling of saying, "Hey, I want to play this song. I want to play this for you." Do you remember that?
Nope.
You don't remember that? Okay.
No.
Okay. That's funny. That's so funny.
I've got to get back in that part of me, I guess, and see if I can remember it then.
Right, right.
maybe at some point.
So at this time, there was 2 songs, that for whatever reason, they became really meaningful for me, and it's funny because one of them is "The Climb" by Miley Cyrus, and it was an older song, but both of these next 2 songs, "The Climb" and "Little Wonders," um, these 2 songs, they weren't big hits or whatever, but there would be times when I would be at my low, and I would say, "I need this song to come on the radio," and I or whatever. I would turn on the radio, and and I remember one time coming around, like, I was driving in the car, and I was just so sad, so having a hard time. I think it was one of those I talked about in my Rupture episode, and just feeling so heavy and coming around the corner and thinking, "That song didn't come on, and I don't know what I'm gonna do." And as I pull into the driveway, the song comes on the radio. These were how I made it through, was through these, and the 2 messages that spoke to me in these songs were in "The Climb." The lyrics go, "Ain't about what's waiting on the other side, it's the climb. The struggles I'm facing, the chances I'm taking, someone might knock me down, but I'm not breaking. I may not know it, but these are the moments that I'm going to remember most. I just gotta keep going." And that feeling, there was a couple things. Number 1, it was like it was really like, yeah, this is the hard times we're talking about from, young love, or this is the so many things to try and things like that in that other Color of My Love song. It was like, this is what we're doing. It's the climb. This is what we're here for. This is what we're here to do. Those are the things that we're going to remember. It was like, there's something purposeful here, is what it felt like to me. Like, there's some value in what you're going through. And that's what hit me when I would hear this song. It was like, okay, I'm gonna keep going. It's about the climb. And then "Little Wonders," this is from Meet the Robinsons, and I don't know why I came across it, but I think because the lyrics, "Let it go, let it roll right off your shoulders, don't you know? The hardest part is over, let it in." This particularly, "Let your clarity define you in the end." That was always really powerful to me because it was like, okay, I can be all up in my feelings and thoughts and worry, but let my clarity define me in the end. It helped me to not just show up with revenge or with demands. It was have some clarity about what's going on. Our lives are made in these small hours, these little wonders, these twists and turns of fate, which sometimes I would say twists and turns of faith in my head. And to me, it was saying there is purpose here. Again, that was another one. I don't know if I think they happened in like sequentially, but it was like it would be that one song and then it was this song. And it would just be like, okay, I can do one more day. One more day, because I this song would come up. Like, it's funny now because I'm like, when was the last time I just listened to the radio? It's a different time. Wasn't that long ago, but it was.
Right.
So, okay, I'm gonna play you the next song. The lyrics are, "You're the bravest of hearts, you're the strongest of souls, you're my light in the dark, you're the place I call home. You can say it's all right, but I know that you're breaking up inside. I see it in your eyes. Even you face the night afraid and alone, and that's why I'll be there." And there were multiple times where I sat you down and said, "I need you to listen to the song." And to me, I was saying, look, I'm willing to do whatever it takes. I need you to trust me to, with what you need, rather than wanting me to guess or rather than wanting me to assume or whatever. I was like, I'm giving you an invitation to tell me, what do you need? I'll do whatever it takes. and I meant it. And I think because those other songs had showed up for me enough time, it took that for me to get to this point where I could play this song again like multiple times and say, hey, this is, I want you to hear this song, and this, I want you to hear what I'm trying to say to you. I don't remember what I said. I wish I would have, but I remember we were on a motorcycle ride and we were listening, and I said to you, I said, I want to play you a song while you're driving. And I this is meaningful to me. I'm wanting you to hear what this song says. And the feminist part of me now looks at it and be like, oh, maybe you shouldn't have thought that. But at the time, it was like, that's how I felt. It was like, what do you want from me? Like, let's plan this together. Let's figure it out. You tell me what you need. I'll tell you what I need. Let's plan a whole new route for ourselves. I'm here for it. If you want to tell me, if you want to share and bring me along with you rather than be afraid of me. I was trying to say I'm safe. I'm safe.
It seems like you were trying to earn my trust for so long.
Yes.
And you were trying to say, it's safe, Monty. You can trust me.
Mm-hmm.
And I just heard threat.
Yeah.
She wants you to let your guard down.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Don't let her in because she'll hurt you, Yeah. Which is sad. I feel sad for you.
I knew you were suffering, and I knew you felt so alone, and I wanted to be that safety place for you because in that song, because you were that for me. In that, it says, you were my home. You had been there for me when I was having a hard time. And so I wanted to be there for you. And that song is probably the first song I knew would be on this playlist because I'd played it for you a couple times and trying to make that connection. I'm not sharing it now to say you didn't take it. I'm just trying to, I feel like you could maybe hold it now. I feel like maybe you could hold.
Well, that's what I'm thinking is I will end up probably listening to this episode several times a year because I often trust now and can feel these messages getting through from you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But there are times when I still can't.
Yeah.
Or when I forget.
Mm-hmm.
When I get defensive, I get activated.
And there's times I don't mean these. There's times I wouldn't play these for you either. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like we have different
moods.
That's
true. Yeah, you're right.
We have different moods. That's allowed.
There are still times when I think she doesn't like me.
Right.
And those aren't necessarily the times when you don't like me. Those
right. It's true.
Those times when you don't feel like saying it.
It's true.
Something else has triggered it.
And
brought up emotional flashback or something. So
yep.
It doesn't come from you when I feel that.
Yep.
Most of the time.
Yeah. Well, so at the beginning of this Rupture section, we had Monte's hurt, then we had this hope, and then we had Mechelle's hurt. These are some of Mechelle's hurt.
Ooh.
And a couple of songs, they're similar. I almost thought about taking one out, but the song by Katy Perry, Wide Awake, came out. And I remember you thinking that you identified so much with this song, but I identified with the song because I got to this point where I felt like I had bent and broke. I had tried. This is where I started to get jaded. I started to say, like, whatever. I started to get mad. I started to get angry, and I started to assert some of my independence a little bit. And so this song would come up, and I remember you thinking this song was about you and your church, the church, but I would listen to it with a little I'm listening to it with my own ears.
That's interesting to me because I don't know I don't know the song. I don't know I can't think of the tune. I can't think of any
Oh, really?
lyrics.
Okay.
I don't know it, but I know Katy Perry.
Yeah.
I don't know the song named Wide Awake.
Oh, funny. That's funny. Because I have vivid memories of you're
So,
like, this is what we learned about this song is how we're like,
well,
we meaning, you know, people on your Facebook groups or whatever had like, this was some of the anthem.
maybe when you play it,
Well, I'm not going to
it'll
play
come
this.
back to me, but
You'll have to listen to the playlist and listen to it. But I think you'll remember when I tell you some of the lyrics.
okay.
So this song, she wrote this about her divorce to Russell, whatever his name, Russell guy.
Russell Brand?
Yeah, that guy. And, part of the lyrics, I wish I knew then what I know now, wouldn't dive in, wouldn't bow down. Gravity hurts. You made it so sweet till I woke up on the concrete. Falling from cloud 9, crashing from the high. I'm letting go tonight. I'm letting you go. I'm falling from cloud 9. Like that was an anthem. Like it was like to me when I would hear that, it was like I'm stepping on my own 2 feet. Like I'm falling from cloud 9. Like I had you on a pedestal. I tried to make myself safe for you. And at this point, it felt like it was empowering to me, this song, to be like, dude, I've done all I can do.
Seriously, still not ringing a bell for me.
Okay.
This is buried deep. This is
very
like
deep. Oh, funny.
gone. I've erased it.
Oh,
but
funny.
I bet when you play the melody, I'll recognize it.
Yeah, you totally will. I know you will. It wasn't necessarily bringing me closer to you, but it was like, okay, it felt like it's like I don't have to keep offering to bleed until I die from that other song. It was like from the Celine Dion
I can't
song.
even remember the lyrics that
break.
You just read. I'm telling you.
I'm falling from cloud 9.
Oh yeah, that. Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's it. Okay, then this next song is called.
You're not going to play some of it?
I don't have that one. Do you want me to play it? Do you want me to find it real quick?
Yeah.
No. Do you?
Just for my own benefit, maybe.
Great. I will. I'll do it right now. Hold on. I'll play.
It is not resonating at all.
That's so funny. You're going to laugh. You're going to be like, oh, I know.
I'm glad you had that outlet.
Thank you. Oh, so again, this section is Michelle's Hurt. Like this was a hurt song for me. This was a song called Ashes by Celine Dion, another Celine Dion song, but it's a special remix. So this song was in the Deadpool, and I think I heard that, her husband had died, I believe, or he was sick or something, and Ryan Reynolds wanted her to come and sing this song, and she was like, I can't, and somehow he helped her to come and sing this song, and knowing that a little bit, I think helped me like this song. And the first time I heard it, I heard this mix. So it's this special Aoki Deadpool demix. I don't know what that means, but I think in the movie it's a ballad. This one is not a ballad. I would get in the car, crank up the sound, and just let it pound me, like I reverberate or vibrate inside of myself, because it released something in me. And
have you seen Deadpool?
No, I have not.
I didn't think so.
Yeah, this is like not it's like the third one or something like that. I don't know, but but the lyrics, what's left to say, these prayers ain't working anymore. Every word.
This song, I have the tune in my head.
Okay.
And the chorus, I know, says ashes.
Yeah.
That's all I have of it.
That's all you have.
But the feelings, I think, are there when I listen to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Again, what's left to say? These prayers aren't working anymore. Every word is shot down in flames. What's left to do with these broken pieces on the floor? I'm losing my voice calling on you, because I've been shaking. I've been bending backwards till I'm broke, watching all these dreams go up in smoke. And then, this really is a prayer, but that's why I love this mix, though, because it's like, it's a mad, angry prayer.
Oh,
And
wow.
it says, "Let beauty come out of ashes." That's all I ask. When I pray to God, all I ask is, can beauty come out of ashes? And that was I mean, it was in that moment, that's how I felt. I was angry at over, at this point, years and years of this struggle and trying to figure it out, trying to make it go away, trying to stop it. And I was mad. I was mad. I've been bending backwards till I'm broke. I felt like I had given up so much and watching all these dreams go up in smoke. And it was just allowed. And it blew me out.
I have heard you belt this song out while you're in the tub singing, listening to music.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It
You got your
was
headphones on.
therapy.
You're almost on key. You're really close,
No, honey.
but you're seeing it. You're just hard out. I know that song.
Yeah. And
It's meaningful to hear. It hits me a little bit to understand what it means to you and how you feel it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to play like just a little bit of the end just to feel the beat of this song.
Okay. Wow. Yep. All of that. I'm glad you were able to express those emotions and move them through your body with the music because other avoided throwing them at me.
Yeah, I mean, turning that way up high in the car, like it was therapeutic for me.
You could feel the beat in your body.
Yeah, I can feel it
Yeah.
moving through my body.
Mm.
All right, we're on our final section. There's just a couple more left. And this is our lessons and healing section. And the first that I'm not going to play, but the first song that I added on here on the playlist is called It's Music to Journal by Julie True. And this is when I took my Reiki training, this was the music that was recommended in the manual, was her music.
Mm.
They're about 30-minute long songs, and they're just gentle healing music that usually that were played for me when I got Reiki. And then when I, so I listen to it now. I usually when we go on our bike rides, I turn on my meditation music and just, it takes a few minutes to calm down. And then I just ask and receive, usually I'm just thinking about things. Sometimes I'm thinking about mathematics. I think we've come home from a thing and I said, listen to this mathematic thing I thought of. And you're like, what did you do on that bike ride? I'll get like these downloads.
You do.
But I added this to this because I started to get some healing for myself. And I started to put some things into perspective, and maybe even this song might have even come it might have come before even that last song. Like I had some healing, and then I could kind of start to stand up for myself, or start to speak for myself, or start to separate myself from you in a little bit of a way, enough to say I'm standing on my own 2 feet a little bit, but it fits in this section. So it was that Julie True Music to Journal by. There's like several discs, several songs, and they're long, which is nice. And so we started to move with some healing and some, maybe even a little bit of separation, a little bit of taking care of myself. Then I started to get some answers differently with some music. And one of the first songs that really spoke to me was, and Josh Groban came out with a new album, and he had a duet with Sarah Bareilles, I believe it is, and it's Both Sides Now. And this song was really meaningful. I mean, Joni Mitchell recorded it back in the 70s, I think. And that song's kind of cool. This just came up because he released it in a new album, and so I listened to his song more. But it just came at the right time. People are probably familiar with these lyrics. They're widely known, but the different stanzas of the song or whatever have a theme. And so it starts out with rows and flows of angel hair and ice cream castles in the air and feather canyons everywhere. I looked at clouds that way. So, when you look up and marvel, and it looks like a picture, and they're fluffy and soft and kind. But now they only block the sun. They rain, they snow on everyone. So many things I would have done, but clouds got in my way. And obviously there was a moment in time where this thing that's special, this thing that's innocent becomes not so innocent, and the truth of, the difficulties of life showed up. But then he says, I've looked at clouds from both sides now. Life became more complex. I started to see things in both ends, and that it's true. It was like, okay, yeah, the clouds are lovely. Life is great. But also they rain and they're difficulty, and you need both. But there was this specific stanza that kind of pricked at my heart. It said, but now old friends are acting strange. They shake their heads and tell me I've changed. Well, something's lost, but something's gained in living every day. I've looked at life from both sides now, from win and lose, and still somehow it's life's illusions I recall. I really don't know life at all. And that might sound, to someone else, they're going to hear that and it's going to feel like such a depressing song. But to me, it was comforting, because that was very true for me. It felt like very much the Rupture ever after. It was like, okay, this is difficult. It's not that the clouds don't rain and that they're inconvenient. Nobody wants a wedding day where it's raining. But I can see both sides now. I can understand things from both perspectives, and it took a lot of healing to be able to do that. Because like he says in the thing, it's like I used to now they always just block the sun. Like I had to move through that third layer of seeing both sides now. And so that was another little a kind of a hymn for me in getting some healing and saying, okay, this is going to look different. This is going to be different. Okay, the next song I'm going to play for you. All right, Regina Spektor is a poet, first and foremost. We were able to, again, go see this concert, or her in concert. She's so good in concert. She has no band. It's her at the piano. She plays perfectly and sings along. It's amazing. It was amazing. And she uses like different parts of the piano to make the music. She uses her voice in different ways to make the percussion. It was a good show. It was a really good show. But this song, I'm telling you, this song is one of the most amazing songs I've ever heard. Like this song, I just love it. Every time I hear it, I'm like, this is the song. This is the song. And what this song is about, it begins with, oh, what an incurable humanist you are. And so I asked my friend Claudia, I said, Claude, tell me about this song, because I wanted to make sure I was kind of getting it right. What does that incurable humanist mean? What does she mean in this song? And Claude said, it was a playful, affectionate label for someone who can't help but love people. Someone whose warmth, empathy, or devotion to humanity is so deep and persistent that it's framed like a chronic condition. So how this song is set up is, oh, what an incurable humanist you are. And it's la, 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 let's go to the movies. I'll hum you a song about nothing at all. Let's go to the movies, nothing at all. And it's just la, 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 which I feel like is almost like a first half of life, where it's like, I'm just love everybody, and I'm just, we're just innocent and things fine, like just this innocence. And then halfway through the song, the music kind of shifts, and she speaks, sit down, class, open up your textbooks to page 42. And to me, I just feel like to me, this is like how my life went. At least it was like, la, 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 la. And then all of a sudden, okay, friends, it's time for a lesson. It's time to get doing what you're meant to do. You've been playing and you're going to the movies and nothing at all, nothing at all. Well, here comes something. And she just starts everything ology, carology, busology, Mamaology. So for me, when I hear the ology, it's like the study of. Ology is the study of. So all of a sudden, life starts to say, we need to learn some lessons. We need to learn something. Mamaology and all that's encompassed there. Papaology, youology, meology. I needed to learn about you. I need to learn about me. This is to everyone. And then loveology, kissology, stayology, pleaseology, loveology, and then like the clip, I'm sorryology, forgive meology. And she repeats that over and over again. And I think it's interesting because it's I'm sorryology, forgive meology. It's like I am going to make a mistake 100 times. That's what I'm learning, the study of making mistakes. And forgive me. That's the rupture ever after. It doesn't say forgivenessology, it's more about I'm going to make mistakes and I'm going to learn. Like that's I could think of so many things. Loveology. I even thought about renaming my business somethingology because I just loved it so much after listening to this song. But it's like, that really is the truth of life for me, is that we go on this journey and we learn loveology, and it's a hard class. It's a hard class sometimes.
Yeah.
But we're not here to get the A, because I'm sorryology, forgive meology, loveology, I'm sorryology. That's the pattern, is that we're going to make mistakes, we're going to be flawed, and that's the study. And then at the end, she repeats, "Oh, an incurable humanist you are." And I feel like she's saying, you've gone through the study and now that has a different meaning. It's not so innocent. It's not so naive. It's earned. And there's devotion that you've gained because you've studied. You have a love. At least for me, I feel like I have a new love for humanity that's different. And it's because of the difficulties I have, there is that real empathy now. There's that care and sympathy for others.
Yeah, in classes, college level, the hard ones,
Yeah.
the group projects are always the hardest.
Yeah, true.
And life is really a big group project. I mean, a family is a group project.
Yes.
And at different times, different people are pulling the loads and sharing the burdens.
Yeah.
And others are healing from wounds.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And dragging others down.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But that's really what we're doing here, is
Yep.
here learning and gaining experience, and hopefully learning how to repair after rupture.
Yeah. Loveology, love is a complicated subject, and so she repeats it over and over again. It's every time, and there's a little, each sentence or whatever has a little different tune to it. It's like there's learning all different ways within love. It's the perfect teacher. And at the beginning, she's talking about this level, like carology, planology, all this. It's like really kind of innocent stuff, and then it's like, no, loveology over and over again, because that's a lesson I don't think that ever gets old, or we can always, it's a never-ending lesson. I think, in all of that in titles. Anyway, I love that song. I love that song. This next song is a song that I again played with you. I think played for you coming home from therapy one time, and it says, the lyrics say, I am here, you are there, laying side by side, out of touch, out of reach in the great divide, parallel lines. So we're just missing each other. And then hear the rain, count the drops on the window pane, wide awake, stalemate, why do we play this game? There's a song that we sang on our honeymoon. I remember all the words but forgot the tune. Why are we so out of tune? Let's forgive and let's forgive again. I'm reaching out to my sweetest friend. Can we start again? Let's be pioneers, and we'll build our home in the great unknown. So I want to play that for you. A little.
And honestly, I didn't remember the song until you said Pioneers.
Yeah, I'm sure. So that song to me, we'll build our home in the great unknown. It was like, let's figure this out. You know, we don't know what it's going to look like. It's the unknown, but I'm in if you are kind of a thing. And it was significant, especially because using the word pioneer, because that's something that's very significant for us. But it was like, let's create something of our own, something new in this great unknown. And it felt meaningful to me to choose to take that step with you and say, can we start again?
I felt like this one this one got through.
Yeah. We were in
Yeah.
therapy a couple of
Definitely.
years.
Yeah, it changed me a little hearing this one. It got in. That's nice.
That's nice. I'm glad. You can tell. That's really cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, this last song chronologically should have been earlier, but I kept it for the end because I wanted it to be my anthem for you. We talked about in our Rupture story how I made you a video and I put this song. The emphasis was, looks like we made it.
Yeah, I know this one.
Looks like we made it. And this time I'm sharing it at the end because my emphasis is on you're still the one. So I'm going to play this for you. I wish I could play that all. The whole song.
Yeah.
But
Shania Twain.
That's
good stuff.
Yeah. That song, you know, came out before our Rupture and we listened to it all the time together. But I really did want to save it because look how far we've come, my baby. We might have took the long way, but we knew we'd get there someday. They said, I bet they'll never make it, but just look at us holding on. We're still together, still going strong. And that is my journey of songs. I hope you enjoyed it.
It's super special to have. Thanks for doing this with me. I love you so much. In my phone, I think Jackie had talked about, she had done this. I have a note that says, here are when I'm having a hard time and I think Mechelle doesn't love me, I have this note I can ring up that says, here are the reasons why Mechelle loves me.
Yeah.
And, you know, here's what she does for me that is selfless and kind and that sort of thing. And this episode's going to go up there too.
Oh.
It'll be something I can listen to settle down.
Like I say, I've loved listening to it.
I will treasure it.
Thanks. Me too. Yeah. I have this playlist on my phone, and like I say, I've been listening to it over and over, and every single song, even those Rupture songs, feel sacred in some way for me because they're part of our journey. And so I've loved it. I've loved listening. So I hope everybody listening enjoys the playlist and let us know what you think and what comes up for you and share some songs that are meaningful for you. We'd love to hear those.
We'd love to hear those. Maybe that should be the Rupture repair practice for this week.
Great. Yeah.
Think of some songs that are special in your relationship. Make a playlist.
I love it.